In today's video, we're putting IPVanish to the test to answer a question that a lot of people have. Does it actually unblock YouTube TV and Netflix? What's up, you guys? My name's Ashley, and if you've been trying to stream your favorite shows while traveling or living abroad, you know how frustrating those not available in your region messages can be. So in this video, I'm going to break down how well IPVanish currently works with Netflix and YouTube TV, what users are reporting about access and reliability, and whether it's still a smart pick for streaming. Let's get into it. So let's start with the basics. What is IPVanish? It's essentially a virtual private network, a tool that hides your IP address and encrypts your internet traffic so you can browse safely from anywhere. Once you connect, your internet traffic is rerouted through a secure tunnel to one of IPVanish's servers around the world. That server actually masks your real location and assigns you a new IP address. This is what lets you appear as though you're browsing from another country. It's also what makes VPN useful for unlocking streaming platforms like Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube TV, which limit their content based on where you live. IPVanish has been around for over a decade, and it's one of the more recognizable names in the VPN space. It's known for fast speeds, unlimited device connections, and a strong no-logs policy that ensures your online activity isn't stored or tracked. Over the past couple years, it's upgraded its network with faster WireGuard protocol support, improved streaming reliability, and better overall app performance. So, on paper, IPVanish checks all the boxes, but let's see how it actually performs when you put it against real streaming services. So first off, can IPVanish unblock Netflix? Netflix has been one of the toughest platforms for VPNs to work with. They've built advanced detection systems to block IP addresses that look like VPN traffic, which means not every server will actually let you in. Users report that Netflix works on several servers and playback quality stayed smooth with minimal buffering. Streaming in HD and even 4K was reliable on the WireGuard protocol, and switching between shows loaded quickly. The trick is finding the right server. Some of the biggest cities like New York or LA occasionally get flagged and trigger Netflix's proxy error, but more smaller locations like Dallas, Denver, or Atlanta tend to work more consistently. It's also worth noting that IPVanish doesn't label its servers specifically for streaming like NordVPN or Surfshark do, so you'll need to test a few and save the ones that work as favorites in your app. Once you've found your best option, switching between them becomes quick and easy. Netflix libraries in the US, UK, and Canada can work on select servers, and then some regional content libraries like Japan and Australia can be harder to access. For most people who just want access to US Netflix from abroad, IPVanish does deliver well. Users report the speed stayed stable, picture quality didn't drop, and subtitles loaded instantly. And these are all signs of a strong and steady connection. Now getting to our next question, can IPVanish unblock YouTube TV? YouTube TV can actually be even harder to access from outside the US. YouTube TV is officially only available in the US, and it verifies your location using both your IP address and your device's GPS signal. That double checking system is what trips up a lot of VPNs. When connecting to IPVanish through a US server, YouTube can work well, but it definitely can take some trial and error. Users report that the service successfully loads on a few smaller US servers after disabling GPS on mobile and clearing the app's location permissions. Although on desktop browsers, users say that experience was easier. Once connected through a good server, YouTube TV streamed live channels without any issues. Switching channels was fast, video playback was smooth, and there weren't any noticeable pauses or quality drops. The main takeaway is that YouTube TV does work with IPVanish, but you do need to be intentional with your setup. If you're streaming on your phone or tablet, disable the location settings before opening the app. If you're on a laptop, just connect to a smaller US server before logging into your account. Once everything's connected, it behaves like normal. No lag, no stutter, and all the features work. Next, let's talk about streaming quality and speeds. When it comes to streaming, speed is just as important as access. There's no point unlocking a show if it buffers every few minutes. Users report that IP handles speed very well. With WireGuard protocol, most US connections only saw around 10 to 20% drop in speed, which is excellent for a VPN. On the other hand, local connections stayed fast enough for HD and 4K video. Even on long distance routes, like connecting from Europe to the US, the drops stay under 35%, which is still good enough for high quality playback. Users report that videos loaded quickly, skipped seamlessly between timestamps, and played back in full resolution even during peak hours. For sports, streaming, or live news, that reliability matters, and IPVanish held up without lag or random disconnects. On mobile, the apps can switch between Wi-Fi and mobile data smoothly without forcing a reconnection, which is something cheaper VPNs often struggle with. So from a performance standpoint, IPVanish absolutely holds its own for streaming. Now, how it compares to other VPNs VPNs. Compared to larger VPNs like NordVPN or ExpressVPN, IPVanish doesn't have as many streaming optimized servers. Those premium services use smart routing to automatically detect which IPs are blocked and switch you to a new one behind the scenes. IPVanish doesn't automate that process yet, so you'll need to manually choose your servers. But once connected, the playback quality feels just as good. In fact, some users actually prefer IPVanish for its speed, stability, and unlimited device connections, which makes it a great fit for households with multiple screens running at once. It's also simpler for beginners. The app interface is minimal and you don't need to mess with a ton of advanced settings to get streaming to work. While ExpressVPN may unblock more global libraries, IPVanish gives you reliable access to US-based content without the higher subscription tier or data limits. So now let's talk about some bonus tips for better streaming with IPVanish. Here are a few quick tricks to help you get the best performance when using IPVanish for streaming. So first, clear your browser cookies and cache after switching servers. Many streaming sites store data that reveals your real location. Clearing those files actually resets your session and then prevents location errors. Second, always use WireGuard protocol for streaming. It's faster and more efficient than OpenVPN or IPVanish, and it's less likely to trigger detection. Third, test servers in less crowded locations. Servers in smaller US cities tend to have fewer users, which means better speeds and a lower chance of being blacklisted by streaming platforms. Lastly, try streaming through a desktop browser instead of a mobile app when possible. Mobile apps have stricter location checks, especially with services like YouTube TV. These small tweaks can make a noticeable difference and help you get smooth, uninterrupted playback. Now let's talk about the pros and cons so you can decide if IPVanish is worth investing in. So IPVanish definitely has a lot going for it when it comes to streaming. It's one of the few VPNs that still lets you use unlimited simultaneous connections, so you can stream on your phone, TV, and laptop at the same time without being kicked off. It's also fast and consistent even when switching between servers midstream. The no logs policy and AES 256 encryption means you're protected while watching without sacrificing speed or privacy. However, it's definitely not as plug and play as other VPNs that have servers specifically labeled for streaming. You'll definitely need to experiment a bit before you find the server that works best for Netflix and YouTube TV. And while it does perform great once connected, it can occasionally take a few tries to find the right route that bypasses regional blocks. But for most users, once those servers are bookmarked, IPVanish works flawlessly. Let's go ahead and talk about the different plans and pricing options so you can see what would be a good fit for you. If you want to make sure you're getting the best price possible, you can save up to 83% by using our link down in the description below. We'll just go ahead and click subscribe now. So they've got a couple of different terms, and depending on your term is how much you pay. So they've got the 1 month, 24 month, and then 12 month. The 1 month is $12.99 per month, so you're actually not saving anything with that. Then we've got the 12 month, which saves you 74%, which brings it to just $3.33 per month, and that's saving you 74%. Then we've got the 24 month plan, which is saving you 83%, which is just $2.19 per month. So again, choose one that best fits your needs, but the cool thing about the 12 and 24 month plan is you actually have a 30-day money back guaranteed. So if you don't feel like it's the best fit or it's not working for your streaming needs, you can go ahead and get your money back. So with each of these plans, you get optimized for streaming Netflix, Disney Plus, ESPN, and more. You get 24/7 live chat and phone support. You get high-speed servers in 148 locations, apps for Mac, iOS, Fire TV, etc., encrypted internet access, and independently verified no logs. Find the plan that works for you. I definitely would recommend the 12 or 24 month, mainly because it has a 30-day money back guaranteed and you can save up to 83%. So, should you use IPVanish for streaming? If your main goal is to access US Netflix or YouTube TV, IPVanish is a strong choice. It's fast, reliable, and supports multiple devices, making it perfect for families, travelers, or anyone who wants to stream without limits. It doesn't guarantee access to every international streaming library, but for core platforms like Netflix and YouTube TV, it performs surprisingly well once you know how to use it. For casual users, that's really what matters: consistent access and strong performance without overcomplicating things. IPVanish gives you both. And since it's one of the few VPN that actually allows unlimited device connections, you can use it across your entire household, from smart TVs and tablets to gaming consoles and phones, without ever worrying about limits or slowdowns. As a side note, streaming from outside your country shouldn't be this complicated, but it's the reality of how most content licensing works. The good news is IPVanish still makes it possible to enjoy your favorite shows from anywhere. It takes a bit of a setup, switching servers or clearing cookies here and there, but once you've got it dialed, it's smooth sailing. And just having that extra privacy and protection while you stream is such a nice bonus, especially if you're using public Wi-Fi or shared connections. If you want to get started started with IPVanish and save up to 83%, make sure you use our exclusive link down in the description below. I do want to mention that these are affiliate links, which means we may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. So if you do choose to use our links, we just want to thank you so much in advance for supporting our channel. It really helps us to continue to create free content just like this. This channel is all about helping you make sense of VPNs, privacy, and online tools without all the tech jargon. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And of course, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.